Welcome back to the Chicago White Sox Draft Only franchise. And we're going to hop right into a game down in AAA. Want to watch Anthony Medrano pitch. He's been struggling, and I kind of like to see why. See what he's done for the season. He's 0-4, 6 starts, 6.44 ERA, 136 WHIP. We already know he's not going to strike out a lot of batters, so I'm not expecting a lot of that. First up, center fielder Benny Montgomery hits a line shot into left field, and Terrell Tatum's got it for the first out. That'll bring up left fielder Reed Trimble. 3-1 pitch from Medrano, and that's going to be high for ball 4. So Norfolk gets their first base run of the game. Knights are taking on the Tides today. Next up is Colton Wong playing shortstop. Haven't seen that before. He was a second baseman in St. Louis. And he's going to swing through the cutter and strike out for the second out. And that'll bring up DH Judd Fabian. And he hits a tapper to short. Scooping a throw to second, and that's the third out. So Medrano pitches around the walk. Gets a strikeout. And now we'll see what the Knights batters can do here in the bottom half of the inning. On the mound for Norfolk today is Chase McDermott. You see he's 0-3 with an 8.89 ERA and a 2.01 WHIP. So both pitchers are struggling so far early in the season. And leading off for the Knights is left fielder Terrell Tatum. If he was a C potential, I'd have him up the majors already, but he's a D, so just going to let him do his thing here in AAA. First pitch. A little blooper into left field, and that's going to drop for a single. So Tatum does his job as leadoff hitter. Gets on base, and I'll bring up shortstop Javier Moguian. And here's a smash up the middle, and that's going to be a single as well. So now we have 2 men on and nobody out to start the bottom half of the first. And that'll bring up Roman Anthony. I'm dying to see him do something awesome on camera, and he's going to hit a pop fly down the left field line. That's going to be caught. Trimble throws it in, and there's 1 down. So it won't be that at bat. Next up is Wes Kath, usually an outfielder. He's playing third base today. And he's going to swing through the changeup and strike out. So after getting the first 2 guys on base, the next 2 batters have made an out, and that's going to leave it up to Rafael Ortega. See, he's hitting 381. He hasn't played a whole lot yet this year. And he swings through the slider and strikes out. So Knights get the first 2 on and fail to get him in. Barely even make contact. So we head to the second. Scoreless game. And leading off for the Tides is catcher Samuel Basallo. Left-handed batter. It's a tapper up the middle. Grab. Throw to first. And he was kind of casual there. Not sure what Sprinkle was doing. Basallo got out of the batter's box, got down the line quick, and he's on with an infield hit. That brings up right fielder John Rhodes. And he swings through the sinker and strikes out. Second strikeout of the game from Medrano. Now to bring in Kike Hernandez. Remember him most recently of the Dodgers. 1-1 pitch, and it's going to be a pop fly into left field. Tatum drifts back to the track, front of the wall, and he's got it for the second out. Now to bring in first baseman T.T. Bowens. 1-2 out now. Medrano's 2-1 pitch. And it's going to be a tapper to short. Scooping a throw to second, and that's the third out. So Medrano's pitched around 1 baser in each of the first 2 innings. See if the Knights can get their bats going here in the bottom half. And steps Alfredo Villa. Draft pick of ours in the last draft. Hoping we can get a lot out of him. Expecting a lot out of him. There's a shot into right field. Drifting over is Rhodes, and he camps under it, and he's got that for the first out. I'll bring in Edgar Carroll. I'm very disappointed with him. I thought we had the catcher of the future, and he's just been struggling, and he struggles again on the 12-6 and strikes out for the second out of the inning. We may have to find another catcher in the draft. In steps Jordan Sprinkle, the guy who kind of casually played that ball and gave up an infield hit last half inning. He's going to hit a grounder to short, scooping a throw by Wong, and he's out. And just like that, we're quickly through 2 innings. Now leading off the top of the third is Nico Goodrum. Goodrum hits a ground ball to third. Kath grabs, hopping a throw, and there's 1 down. Medrano cruising. Give up a infield hit and a walk. Back to the top of the order, Montgomery is a tapper back to the mound. Medrano grabs and throws, and there's 2 down. This is what I was used to seeing last year, and he's been nothing like this to start this year. Reed Trimble's going to hit a line drive to first, knocked down via flips, and just gets him for the 3rd out. Wow. Very close play. We're going to head to the bottom of the 3rd, still scoreless. And leading off for the Knights is Samuel Zavala, playing center field today. High hopes for him as well. At least maybe he can make it to the majors as a bench bat. And here's a shot into center field. Montgomery drifts back to the track, to the wall, and it's gone! Wow, I don't think he hit that ball. I didn't think he hit it well, and it just kept carrying and carrying. 410 feet away. And the Knights are up 1-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd. I was hoping to see some of that out of Roman Anthony today, but we get out of the little guy in center field, Zavala. And Charlotte gets on the board. That brings in Terrell Tatum. Bloop single his first time up. And he's going to hit a little liner past the third baseman, and he's going to be 2 for 2. So Knights keep it going here. Still got a man on now with nobody out. Brings up Javier Mogi on the shortstop. 1-1 pitch. And it's a swing and a strike, and he throws down and he stole second base. Tatum had a huge jump. It's a good thing Mogian didn't make contact there. So now he got a man in scoring position with nobody out. McDermott's pitch is a little tapper to the right side. And second baseman gets it, throws, and he gets him out. Runner's going to go to 3rd on the play. So now the Knights have a man on 3rd. Oh, and it's telling me that Nico Goodrum hurt his knee on that play, and he's going to have to leave. He's going to have to go in the DL, apparently, and that's going to bring in Owen Miller to play second base for the Tide. Roman Anthony up now, man on 3rd, 1 out. Get this ball out of the infield, get the run home. And, of course, on camera, takes a pitch down the middle and strikes out for the 2nd out. I swear, he only does well when we sim games. It's really getting old. That'll bring up Wes Kath playing 3rd today. 1-2 pitch, and he swings through that one as well. And the Knights fail to get that runner home from 3rd. They do get a run on Zavala's home run as we head to the 4th inning. All right, leading off the top of the 4th for the Tides is Colton Wong again, 0 for 1. And here's a ground ball to first. Villa grabs and steps on the bag, and there's 1 down. Still can't get over him playing shortstop. I'm going to bring in Fabian, the DH. 3-2 pitch is just off the plate. So that'll be the 3rd base runner of the game, 2nd walk. Medrano's pitched around him every time so far. There's Basalo with the infield hit last time, and he swings through a slider and strikes out. It's going to be 3 Ks for Medrano. In comes right fielder John Rhodes now. Rhodes, a little tapper to second base. Sprinkle grabs, and he throws to first, and just like that, out of the inning. Medrano, another inning, 1 base runner, no runs. So we head to the bottom of the 4th. All right, leading off, bottom of the inning, DH Rafael Ortega. Struck out his first time. Dermott's 2-2 pitch, and he strikes out again. Low fastball, blows it by him for the 1st out. In comes Alfredo Villa. Leads the team in a run scored, even though he's hitting like 180. And there's a shot in the right center field gap, and that's going to get down and go all the way to the wall. He's going to have an extra base hit here as the throw comes back in. He's in with a double. So the Knights have another man in scoring position. See if we can get this run home now. Caro up. 1 on, 1 out. And he swings through the changeup. Man, we're going to have to find another catcher in the draft. That's all there is. He might be a backup, but he's definitely not starting caliber with the bat. And Jordan Sprinkle hit a fly ball into left field. Trimble drifts over, easily got it, and that's 3 down. So the Knights waste another run scoring position as we head to the top of the 5th. 1-0 Charlotte. All right, Kike leading off. Medrano's 1-2 pitch, and he gets him swinging on a cutter down and in, and that's strikeout number 4. Medrano is not a strikeout pitcher, but he's getting it going today. I'll bring in first baseman T.T. Bowens. 2-1 pitch. It's a fly ball in the left center field. Zavala drifting over, back to the track, edge of the track, and he's got it. Dude does have wheels in center field. And that brings in Owen Miller for his first AB. He replaced Goodrum, who had to leave with a knee injury. 3-2 pitch. And he takes strike 3 right down the middle, and that's 5 Ks from Medrano. His first 1-2-3 innings since the top of the third. Zavala up. Home run last time. Smacks one into right, and Rhodes is right there, and he's got it for the first out. And steps Terrell Tatum. He's 2 for 2. Stolen base. Doing his job in the leadoff spot. And it's going to be a little blooper in the center field, and it's going to drop in front of Montgomery. So Tatum's 3 for 3 now. And that's going to be it for McDermott. Manager has seen enough. Game's 1-0, but he's seen enough. He's out. Kind of a head scratcher. Andrew Bash is coming in now. First batter he's going to face is Javier Mogian, the shortstop. You can see Bash has had a much better season than McDermott. 1 on, 1 out. 3-2 pitch. Swung on a miss. Fastball inside off the plate, and he strikes out for the second out of the inning. That'll bring in Roman Anthony, desperately waiting for him to do anything on camera. 1-1 pitch. Runner goes. Strike, throw down, and he is safe. Tatum, 2 steals. 3 for 3 with 2 steals. Perfectly fulfilling that leadoff role. And Anthony takes a curveball for strike 3. My goodness. Maybe I should have traded for Walker Jenkins instead. All right, top of the 6th, 1-0 Knights. Medrano cruising, only allowed 1 hit so far. Montgomery hits a shot in the center field. Zavala will track that down for the first out. That'll bring in left fielder Reed Trimble. 1-2 pitch to him is a shot into left field, and that's going to drop in front of Tatum. That's the second hit of the game for the Tides now. Medrano's been able to pitch around these all day. And here's a little blooper by Wong. Excuse me, hit, and it's going to drop into center field. And now the Tides are going to have 2 men on with 1 out. Cleanup hitter Fabian comes in. Desperately need a double play here. 2-2 pitch from Medrano. And that's going to be hit down the left field line. That's going to drop, and that's going to be a run. Tatum gets the ball back in. We're going to have men at first and second. And we have a tie ball game now. And shockingly, the Knights have seen enough of Medrano. The dude just gave up 2 weak hits, and he's done. I don't understand this at all. Both managers head-scratching moves in a low-scoring game, especially with how Medrano pitched the entire game. They're going to bring in lefty Christian Opper. He's going to face catcher Samuel Basallo. Left-handed batter, 3-2 pitch, swings through that, strike 3. So now we have 2 outs. We don't need the double play anymore. So 2 on, 2 out. John Rhodes up, and he hits a shot into the gap, and that's going to drop. Tatum gets the ball back in quickly, and that's going to be another RBI single, and the Tides take a 2-1 lead here. Kike Hernandez, and he's going to draw walks. And now we have the bases loaded and 2 out. Opper trying to put out the fires, throwing gas on it. First baseman T.T. Bowens now, and he hits a ground ball up the middle, scooping a flip that he just gets him at second base. So the Knights give up 2. See if they can rally back here in the bottom of the 6th. Here we are in the top of the 9th, 2 out, 3-2. Pitch is fouled off by Villa. Neither team has done anything. Last 9 Tide batters have been out. The last 8 Knight batters have been out. And here's a smash into center field, and Montgomery's going to run back and catch that. So we had 3 perfect innings by the bullpen to end this game, and the Tides win a squeaker, 2-1. And poor Medrano, every single hit he gave up was a bloop. He had that one up the middle that the second baseman lollygagged on. And he's going to take a tough loss. As you can see, Bash gets the win in relief. Medrano drops to 0-5, and Pierce Johnson gets his second save. Let's take a look at this box score. 5 different guys with 1 hit. McDermott didn't pitch poorly, and he was gone early. Bullpen did their job, 6 Ks and 4 2/3. The other side, Terrell Tatum, 3 hits, 2 steals, not much else. Zavala did hit the home run, I take that back. And Medrano, 2 of those runs, I mean, the bullpen gave up those runs. He didn't give them up, so I don't know what to tell you. I'm at a loss for why Medrano is struggling. All right, scouting is done on Dexter Watley. You can see potential 90 to 95, so he's an A potential. Overall, between 66 and 71, 23 years old. Can play all 3 outfield positions. Great hitter. Power's a little bit lower against righties, but really good against lefties. Excellent vision. His arm strength isn't going to be great, so he's definitely a left fielder. Really good speed. I don't think he's first overall pick worthy, but somebody's going to get a good outfielder who's maybe on the older side, but ready to go and should progress pretty quickly once he gets on the field. All right, let's take a look at some of these pitchers out here. Raul Hernandez, we have him down as 3rd. And you can see his walks per 9 are good. All the rest of his per 9s are low. Great velocity. There's a lot of pitches hard. Maybe a 39, but I don't know. His draft rank's 32. He probably is going to go before it gets back to us there. Joseph Dale, between 81 and 91 with 65 to 75 as his overall. Got him 5th on the board there. Great stamina. Strikeouts are low. Pitch control's low, but he has good velocity. Good hits and walks per 9. Looks like a right-handed Anthony Medrano, if I'm being serious about this. Joaquin Ramirez. Could have high potential though overall. He might be there for either of our 2nd-round picks or a 3rd-round pick, as all of his per 9s are really low, so he's just a long-term prospect at 18. Michael Watanabe. Another one, strikeouts are high, but his walks and hits are low. Control's low. And he throws left-handed. Not interested in him. Vincent Kim, B to low A. Probably going to come in the 60s. Low hits per 9. That doesn't help us. Rico Rivas, 85 to 97. Another one's going to be low overall, probably high potential. He looks more like a reliever with that stamina. There's one 112th, and we have him as 16, so he could be anywhere in the 60s to 70s on his overall. Hits per 9's low again. There's just a lot of pitchers in this class that have low hits per 9. All right, let's get a new. This will be the last week that we scout international, and then we're going to go to Central. All right, find a new position player. Let's go back to the top of the board. Don't want him. It's going to be on the low side. Another one. He's only 8, split 8. We'll do him. We maybe do him late in the process, though. Yoenis Blumenthal be a first baseman with some pop. Not sure what his contact is. Could be anywhere from the 20s all the way up to the 50s and 60s. Present day, that's a wide range. Doesn't look like he can field, but you know, if he comes in on a higher end and all that, he might be a pretty good player. Yeah, I don't see. We're gonna have to really discover someone. I don't see anybody right now. Let me go by position. No. These guys are gonna be overrated. These two. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time scouting him, but we may. Yeah, there's just nothing. We're going to have to really get lucky with discovery. So, all right, well, we'll go ahead and do these guys just to say we did them. They'll be done in a week each, so we won't waste a whole lot of time. So let's go check them out and see what happens. And this will be the last week for international. We'll go over to Central, where we're looking for new prospects on the pitching side this week. Okay, I was going to show you this entire game between the White Sox and Twins, but it went on forever, and so we're just going to show you highlights here. Welcome to Minnesota, Cinco de Mayo, and that'll play into this later in the game. And hopefully we can do better. The White Sox have 3 wins in their last 20 games, so they're in a bit of a bad stretch. Bailey Ober's going to be on the mound for the Twins. Hagen Smith's going to be on the mound for the White Sox. So let's get into this game and see what happens. It was quite interesting, and you'll see why I chopped it up later on. And leading off, top of the first for the White Sox, center fielder Jeremy De La Rosa. And he's going to swing and miss on a cutter inside and strike out. That'll bring up Jacob Gonzalez playing second, batting second. 2-1 pitch. And as a little check swing tapper back to the mound, Ober throws the first, and there are 2 down. That'll bring up Colson Montgomery hitting .276 with 6 homers and 24 RBIs, and he's going to strike out on a high fastball. And we're done with top of the first, no score. And now we're going to skip ahead to the top of the third. Matt Koperniak leading off. Haven't seen a whole lot of him because every time I want to show a game, we're facing lefties. And he rips one down the right field line. That's going to get down and into the corner. And he's going to get into second base with a leadoff double. And he would be stranded there. That's a theme going forward in this game. Now we head to the bottom of the third. Brooks Lee leading off. DHing today. And he hits one into right center field gap, and that's going to get down and go all the way to the wall. De La Rosa grabs it, throws it back in, and Lee's in with a stand-up double. Twins, leadoff man on. He's their first hit of the game. And then Byron Buxton hits one to the moon. And the Twins take an early 2-0 lead on Hagen Smith. It's been Smith's bugaboo, man. Extra base hits. We just saw a double and a home run. If you can clean that up, we should start getting better. And that would be the only runs the Twins would score in that half inning. Now we head to the top of the fifth. Koperniak back up. Still 2-0 Twins. And he's going to draw the leadoff walk. So the White Sox get their leadoff man on. Brings up Cole Carrig, playing catcher today. And Koperniak takes off with a pitch, and Jeffers' throw is right on the bag, and he is out. Would not have sent Koperniak. He's not the swiftest guy. He's not really a base stealer. I'm sure why that stolen base attempt was made. So now Carrick's up with 1 on, nobody out, 2-1 pitch. It's going to be a fly ball in the short left field, and it's going to drop and be a base hit. And there's a wild throw coming back in by Wallner, and Carrick's going to go all the way around, and he's going to be on third base. So if we don't get caught stealing there, that might have been our first run of the game. Instead, it's a man on third and 1 out. That'll bring up Jordan Groshans, batting ninth, and he's going to tap to third base. Miranda's going to grab that. Koperniak's going to score, and now there are 2 down. Infield grounder, and that would be all the runs the White Sox would score that half inning. Now we're going to hop to the top of the sixth. Colson Montgomery leading off, and that's a walk. See, our 5th walk in the game, and that's going to be it for Bailey Ober. He's going to be taken out after that. Dude had 7 strikeouts, but he also had 5 walks, so he was kind of a mixed bag. He leaves with a 1-run lead. Giovanni Moran comes in. Ryan Ward is going to strike out on the fastball right down the middle. So you got 1 on, 1 out. Rincone's up. And Montgomery takes off, and he is out by a mile as well. We got to stop trying to steal bases here because we do not have the speed to do it for the most part. I know Montgomery's pretty successful, but he wasn't there. And now Rincone's going to hit one deep to left field, and that's going to get past Wallner and bounce off the wall. It's going to be in with an extra base hit. And Montgomery likely would have scored on the play if he just doesn't try to steal second. So now we have a man on second and 2 outs. Rocha trying to get that 2-out RBI, and he's going to hit one inside the bag down the third base line, and he will get the RBI. That's going to tie the game. Wallner's throw comes in. It's a strong one, this time accurate, and Rocha is out, trying to stretch that into a double. But the White Sox rally back and tie the game 2-2. Now we're going to hop ahead to the top of the 12th inning. This game goes into extra innings. Justin Topa in pitching now. You can see what he did so far in the season. Matt Koperniak up 1 for 3 with a double and a walk. And he's going to hit another one into right field, and that's going to get down into the corner, and he's going to have his second double of the game. The Sox get the go-ahead run in scoring position with nobody out here in the 12th. Good chance to end this game right here. And after Cole Carrigan and Jordan Groshans strikeouts, De La Rosa's up with a man on second and 2 out, and he strikes out for the 5th time in the game. Golden sombrero on Cinco de Mayo, how appropriate, as the Sox fail to take the lead here in the 12th. Now we're going to hop ahead to the top of the 17th inning. This game took an hour and a half to record just watching it. Gabriel Rincones leads off. It's 1 for 5. Carlos Estevez on the mound for the Twins, and it's going to draw a leadoff walk. The Sox had no trouble getting men on base this game, but scoring runs was at a premium. That'll bring in Art Rocha. An RBI hit earlier in the game, and he strikes out on a high fastball for 1 down. That'll bring up Matt Koperniak, 2 for 5 with 2 doubles and a walk. And he's going to hit this one down the left field line. That's going to drop and be extra bases. Wallner gets the ball back in, and Rincones has to hold it third. It's his 3rd double of the game for Koperniak. Now we have 2nd and 3rd and 1 out. We just got to get the ball out of the infield. Jordan Groshans up. He's already had 1 RBI ground out. And this one's going to make it through and be a base hit. That's going to score at least 1. Here comes the run home from Koperniak, and he's safe. And the Twins take a 4-2 lead here in the 17th inning. Pinckney struck out the end of the inning, so we're going to head to the bottom of the 17th inning. Ryan Jeffers, 3 for 6 on the game. He was a pest the entire game. And he's going to draw a leadoff walk. So Twins going to get the tying run on here. Stephen Kolek has pitched a ton in relief in this game. You can see he's up. This will be his 74th pitch as he faces Matt Wallner. 1 on, nobody out. And there's a shot up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. We're going to have men at first and second with nobody out. Walker Jenkins coming in. And that's going to be it for Kolek. 74 pitches in relief, and we blew through the bullpen in this game, so Shane Drohan's starting pitcher is going to have to come in and try and get the outs to save this game. 2 on, nobody out. Walker Jenkins going to lay down a bunt. Groshans going to grab, throw to second, and does get the force there. So that keeps the double play alive. We got men at the corners now, 1 out. Sox up 4-2. First baseman Andrew Sabato up. And he's going to strike out on the curveball. Huge strikeout for Groshans. So now we have men at the corners and 2 outs. Edward Julian up 0 for 6 in this game. 2-1 pitch is a smash up the middle, and that's going to make it 4-3. Twins not going away. They have 2 on and 2 out. That'll bring up Brooks Lee. Doubled early in the game. That's his 1 hit in the 6 at-bats. 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be a shot into left field, and that's going to get down, and that's going to score at least 1 run. We're going to have the game tied. Had a little trouble getting the ball back in, and a wild throw, and the Twins are going to win 5-4. Both teams scoring more runs in this inning than they had the entire game. Incredible 17-inning game. Tough loss for the White Sox. It was one of many extra inning games. You can see Griffin Jacks gets the win. Shane Drohan, tough luck loss in relief. There were multiple deep extra inning games in this episode. I'm just going to show you that one. Get to the box score. 2 hits for Gonzalez, 3 doubles for Koperniak, 2 hits and 3 RBI for Groshans. We were 1 for 3 in steals. That was huge because we could have won this game earlier. Hagen Smith, I don't know why they yanked him so early. He was pitching really good. He settled down after the first. Bullpen did their job until he got to Drohan. And he's a starting pitcher. He's not used to coming in those situations. And it showed as the White Sox thought they were going to have a comeback win. Instead, they lose late. And I just had to show you this game down at AAA. Charlotte wins 6-5. And Alfredo Villa goes 2 for 3 with 2 home runs and 6 RBI. Roman Anthony, 3 hits, 4 at-bats, scores twice, hit a double. Why can't these guys do this when I'm watching the games? It's driving me insane. Okay, I wanted to show you this. We just lost this game against Minnesota, several games ahead. And from right here on the 21st of April, all the way down here to the 13th of May, we lost 17 out of 20 games. Then we go to San Diego and win 2 out of 3, including this one, which was Hagen Smith's first Major League victory. Unfortunately, I didn't get any video of it, but hey, he hasn't been having any luck when we do show him. So he gets his first Major League win. Then we follow that up with a 7-3 win and then an actual 3-0 shutout. So now we've won, not only won 3 out of 4, or 3 games in a row, but we've won 3 out of 4. And that puts us with a 292 winning percentage, which is horrendous, right? Worst in the American League. Look at this. The Rockies are worse than we are, so we are no longer the worst team in baseball. Even though it feels like it, we are no longer the worst team in baseball. Also, I forgot to mention that Alfredo Villa was struggling so much in AAA, hitting under 200, or right at 200, that we sent him down to AA, brought Tim Elko, who was sitting in A-ball, up to AAA, and moved Michael Chavis, who has no future with us, down to A-ball. So change seems to have helped Villa. He's up to 308 with 1 home run, 2 RBI, 2 steals in his 4 games at AA. So hopefully that'll get him going, get him some more progression, and not tank his very first year in pro ball. And now we're heading back to AAA to hopefully watch Roman Anthony do something, anything positive. Every time we watch him, he struggles badly. Top of the first, 1 on, 1 out. And here's a base hit up the middle. And that's going to drive in the first run of the game. Yay! Roman Anthony drives in a run on camera. Unbelievable. All right, top of the third now. Base is empty, 2 out, 2-2 pitch. And he swings and misses, as he's prone to do. Man, I hope he plays better in the majors. All right, top of 6. 1 out, nobody on, 1-2 pitch. And it's another strikeout. This is becoming a meme. All right, top of the 8th. Nobody on, 3-2 pitch. And he strikes out for the 3rd straight time. My goodness. Somebody help me. All right, going to head to the top of the 9th. Zavala and Vasquez strike out, sprinkled doubles. Tatum walks. Mogian drives in a run with a hit. And we're going to get another at-bat from Anthony. I did not expect this. So let's see if he can drive in a run here. 2 on, 2 out, top of 9. 3-1 lead. Alex Fado on the mound. And here's a fly ball. Hey, at least he made contact. Right fielder's going to drift back, and he's going to have that for the 3rd out. But at least he didn't strike out 4 times in a game. And Charlotte wins the game 3-1. Sean Burke with the win, Ricky Vanasco with the loss, and Max Roberts gets the save. Let's go check out this box score real quick. 3 hits for Terrell Tatum. 2 for Zavala. Home run for Zavala. Tatum with 2 more doubles. Kath with a steal. Burke pitched great. So did the bullpen. Gotta love it. And the Knights win. And I need to show you this game right here in Chicago. Sox win 1-0. Beat the Yankees. Shane Drohan, 5-hit shutout, no walks, 7 Ks. Nice job, Shane Drohan. And we go down to AAA again. We win 3-0. Willie Vasquez with a homer. Medrano, 7 shutout innings, gets his first win of the season, drops his ERA to 5.02. Maybe he's turning around. And then you got to see this. Down in Biloxi, Birmingham loses 3-2, but that's not the story. Check out this box score. It went 28 innings. 28. Are you kidding me? 28 innings. See what Biloxi did. And on our side, Maddox 4 for 11. Poor DJ Gladney 0 for 11. Chiro Perez 1 for 11. Maddox hit another home run and had a stolen base. Abanez 2 unearned runs, and look at that bullpen. Look at Medeiros, 8 innings of relief with 4 hits, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts, and he gives up the loss. That was a great outing and a tough loss to take. 28 innings. Okay, we got Jonas Blumenthal fully scouted out here. He drops all the way down to the number 15 player, or should I say shoots up to number 15. Potential 76-91, so it's probably going to be B potential. And in the 60s with that overall. Left-handed hitting first baseman, can also play right field. Has excellent power against both sides, so that's good to know. His contact is going to be kind of iffy. Vision and discipline are not great. Defense is not great. He's just a straight up power bat. Definitely not someone we're going to take with the first pick. If he slid to our second pick, then maybe, but at least we found somebody that has power in this draft. Now we're going to switch over and start discovering outfielders in the international region. It's time for us to start trying to find some hitters. We've been adding into the pitching. Look at the pitching right here. Dale's number 4 now on the list. Right now he'd be the top guy for me to take. There's another one that's going to be a solid B, if not an A, but he's going to have a low overall. So not a whole lot on the pitching side. Maybe guys for the middle rounds, but nothing special. Have a non-rated guy here. Looks like he's a reliever. But we haven't scouted a ton of hitters. We already looked at Domingo Lantigua. He's clearly the best overall player. I'm not sure he's the best hitter. We fully scouted Henry Espinoza. It's going to be a B potential. It's going to be in the high 70s, low 80s at 21 years old. Can play second, short, and third. Excellent defense, speed, and stealing. Contact, power, vision, everything's good there. Just worried about him coming in on the low end of that. Maybe his potential is only like 82 or something. I don't know. With these older guys, it's really hard to tell. Johnny Lima, another shortstop that can play second and third. Same situation. Looks really good, but I've seen those guys be a lot worse than you expect them to be once you get them drafted. Still have Jaeger. He's a leadoff guy. Not much pop. Great defense and speed. I just don't know. He's number 5 MLB, and we have him at 14. I don't think he's good enough to be the first overall pick. And you can see there's not a whole lot out there, so we really need to scout to start finding players in the outfield. We need that more than infield right now, so I'm going to spend the rest of the week scouting, specifically outfield, as much as we possibly can. And let's get this switched out and see if we can find another player. Let's check out Bernardo Burgos, because looks like great power, great fielding, really tight splits, but at this point we got to get as many hitters as possible. So let's take a look at him and see if that works out or not. Now I want to show you how we finished off the month. We talked about Hagen Smith getting his first win, and then we won 4 out of 5 games right here. But we finished off the month excellent. If you go back to this one right here, we were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We finished the month because we lost to Toronto there. Finished the month 10-5, all the way up to 20-39 on our record. See, we're closing in on the Blue Jays now. Only a half game behind Toronto for the worst record in the American League. Half game ahead, I should say. And the poor Rockies, only 16 wins on the season. So we are making some progress now. Let's check the stats real quick. Colson Montgomery, he had a slump. He was hitting 280 something, got all the way down in the 250s. Now he's working his way back up, hitting 263 with 9 home runs, 38 RBI. Art Rocha, still got some power, but his average has never been very high the whole season. De La Rosa got up to around 300, and he's cooled off a little bit. Made some lineup changes, moved some guys around, trying to get some guys on the bench playing a little bit more. Juan Brito's one of them. Pitching side, Drohan pitching great. He threw not a no-hitter. He threw a shutout against the Yankees. Cade Cavalli's got his ERA down, Davies down. Hagen Smith got his second win. Stats don't look great, but it's making progress, and he's still progressing, although his home runs per 9, that's been his biggest bugaboo the entire time, is giving up extra base hits. Chase Chaney, doesn't matter who we put into the 5th spot in rotation, they suck. Chaney's ERA is almost 10. Wiley's was over 11. I don't know what to do with this spot because we don't have a lot of guys in minors to bring up. Bullpen-wise, mixed bag here. Kolek, he's a dude that pitched long relief against the Twins in that really long game and did great until the very end. Fulmer is kind of up and down, pitching a lot of innings though. And Bellotti does have 12 saves, so he's at least doing his job. Down in Double-A, Alvin Maddox hitting 309 with 9 home runs and 17 RBIs and 8 steals. Sean Canones, 279, no home runs, 13 RBIs, 7 steals. Maddox was in the 5th. This was a first-round pick. The 5th rounder is outperforming him. Lead at 33 runs scored for Maddox. That's ridiculous. That's more than Williams and Canones combined. And speaking of Williams, he's that big power bat first baseman. That's 23 years old. Not much contact, but he is in 278, 5 home runs. Canning, 5 home runs. These two older guys have just been slow to develop. Pitching side, nothing spectacular. Medrano, we had to bring him into long relief, so he's pitching a lot in long relief. Nolan McLean, Nolan McLean, I just did a box score. He had a game where he pitched a 2-hit shutout and had 13 strikeouts, so sliding him into the rotation has been awesome. Just can't get his overall up. He's still in the low 60s, and that stamina, we'll just leave him down here in AA. Maybe he'll keep cooking. Go to AAA, Roman Anthony, dropped down to 286, a little bit of a slump there. 6 home runs though, 22 RBI, progressing across the board, so he's getting better, and he might be one of those that we bring up for September, get his debut out of the way, and then he'll be ready to go for spring training next year. Terrell Tatum's been doing great. I really don't have a reason to bring him up to the majors though. He's a deep potential. Sam Zavala's been doing great. We've been moving him all over the order, batting him 2nd, batting him 7th, batting him 9th, whatever we do. He seems to do well. Not much else here. We did bring up Tim Elko from single A when we moved Via down. He was hitting over 600 at one point. He's cooled off. Pitching wise, Kevin McCann, that's a lot of walks. Still progressing, but it's a lot of walks. 33 walks in 71 innings. ERA's jumped up. Medrano has been pitching much better lately. His ERA, remember, was over 7 at one point, over 6 last time we saw him, and now he's down to 443, and he's progressing. +6 control is awesome. Only 7 walks and 8 home runs. 74 hits in 65 innings, so we got to cut down the hits. He's never going to strike out a ton of batters, but he's been pitching much, much better lately. So just wish Ricky McCann wasn't out for the season. That's going to do it for this episode. I will keep chugging away on the scouting and keep you updated on that. In the next episode, we go all the way up to the week before the draft. So we'll get our final list together, and I'll go over that with you. And hopefully we can keep going on the MLB side. 20 wins. It's nothing to write home about, under a 400 winning percentage, but hey, it's much better than we've been playing all year. So cross your fingers. Maybe we can get this thing turned around in another couple of years. So if you like what you've seen so far, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the notification bell so you know when the next episode is live, and I will catch you next time with Chicago White Sox Draft Only Franchise.